Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and this is Mike Talk. Sorry, this is Night Talks with Mike Colleen. All right, so I've been doing these night things. I just like it. I've got this new phone I've had for about 8 months or so, and I just saw a lot of people using their phones, so I thought, man, I'll give it a try. I like the audio, the way it sounds. All right, so and let me know if you like these talks on the phone like this, okay? So. All right, so this should be a quick one. So, okay, so I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically, it's something to find out if you are like a master manifester, and there's different levels, and there's like an expert, and I don't think it's called expert, but there's like 4 or 5 different levels. Okay, it basically means you either suck at manifesting or you're a master manifester. So this is a trick. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it was introduced to me through all 3 times over the years. So when I say over the years, I mean quite a bit. It was probably 10 years the first time somebody introduced it to me, okay? So it was about 10 years the first time it was introduced to me, and I don't even think I did it. I just like, yeah, whatever, it's just weird, or I don't know, something just felt funny. I think it was the person was so insistent and pushy about it. So I said, I'll do it later, and of course I never did. So then somebody introduced it to me again about, I want to say 5 years ago. It was a while back. And that person for sure ended up being a narcissist. Now, back then I didn't quite know like what it was, but I started like picking up on signs of people I didn't want to be around. And that was definitely one of them. And then it happened again about 3 years ago. And that's when something in my brain was like, okay, so what is up with this? Now that person ended up being an absolute freaking narcissist, okay? So this game, it's not a game, but it's I think you put in your birth date, or you put in your every letter of your name, okay? I'm not sure if that's it. That one you can find out, like, if for your karmic debt, which, by the way, I have 0 karmic debt, which blew me away. That was pretty cool. So whatever this thing is called, it's basically to find out if you're a master manifester or the 4 levels below. Now, here's the deal. Here's what I'm trying to say. When I put it in, I got the 2nd level, so like an expert manifester or whatever they call that. And then, of course, the person that gave it to me, oh, well, I'm a master manifester, okay? And all 3 of them said that. And here's the point. I'll spit it out and then maybe kind of break it down after, but I don't think there really is much to be broken down. It's the reason why it's kind of a trick or a tactic, not kind of, but it is a trick or a tactic. It's basically saying I'm above you. So one thing narcissists will constantly do is they will do things that are like, I'm above you, I'm better than you at that, I'm your superior. And the more they do it, the more they start to talk down on you. And that's absolutely what these guys did, okay? Now here's here's the funny thing about all of these guys. All of them were broke. All of them barely were, like, one guy was living out of his truck. And I'm kind of like, so you're a master manifestor, yet your entire life is falling apart. Like, this one guy just went through a divorce. He was just, not just about 1.5 years, 2 years before that, actually, but it was just like his life just sucked. And the other one, his life fell apart eventually, and he really didn't have shit together much anyways. But the point being is, I'm not knocking him, and I don't mean that. If it sounds like I'm being judgmental, that's not. What I'm saying is, like, so if you're a master manifester, then why are you so broke? Why are you so, I forget what the word I said. You know what I mean? Like, why is everything falling apart in your life if you're such a master manifester? So at that point, I called bullshit on this thing. And here's the thing. There's 2 parts it could be. Number one, they could be trying to find out what your birth date is to get your Akashic Records, okay? All right, so one of the things they can do is to get your Akashic Records, all right? And the next thing they can do is they can use this to gain access to your bank account. And believe it or not, I actually had a narcissist do this, okay? They're always trying to get information from you. So that's number 2. They're always trying to, like, they're going to try to get your social security number, your bank card. Be very careful around these people with your wallet, your credit cards, etc. They will snag them, I promise you. So thirdly, and what I believe that was really being used for, is to basically
put doubt in your mind, like, oh, you're not a manifester, because that's although you're not as good as me, and you struggle, and they just put this, and I'm like, what are you? And here's the thing: I was way better at manifesting than any three of these people.
To find out, well, I'm not going to break down Akashic Records. That's another subject because I don't want this video to be very long. The other thing is, oh man, I just lost it. Damn it. What does that do with your birthday? So the one thing, ultimately, what I really do believe it's all about, oh yeah, here was the other part. Here's the second part, is none of them ever told me what their number was, or what, when you punch in their birth date or whatever it was, they never told me. In fact, they never even told me what their birth date was. You know, with me, it was like, oh, well, what's your number? What number did you come up with? You know, and so it was always this very one-sided thing, which is very narcissistic. They want to know your information without giving you any of their information. Okay, that's a very narcissistic thing. I'm going to give you another narcissistic trick that they do. And again, it's another superiority mind psychological game that they play, which is not real at all. It's total bullshit. So they will start to give you advice about your business. Oh, here's what you should do. You know what you should do? You should do this. And, you know, here's how you should advertise your business. And I'm kind of looking at this. There's actually more than one guy, but there's this one guy in particular. I'm kind of looking like, have you ever owned a business? Have you ever marketed a business? Have you ever put one ad in a local paper or magazine? No. So what the fuck are you talking about? But they don't know jack shit about jack shit, but they're giving you this basically advice. It's weak or fake advice that they really don't know what they're saying, but it's another way of saying, I'm your daddy, you're my bitch. That's literally what they're doing.
Forgive my languaging there. So what they're doing is they are psychologically positioning themselves as the authority over you. That is literally what they're doing, and it's a step-by-step process, and they know it. Now, they come across like, oh, I'm just helping you, trying to be a nice guy. It has nothing to do with being a nice guy. And I'll tell you something right now. If you do have a personal development business or a small business or whatever, do not take advice from people who do not have years and years of successful experience. Trust me, I've listened to a lot of people who gave me advice who had no clue what they're talking about. So, again, they are control freaks. They want to control every aspect of your life. They'll tell you how to get your hair cut. They'll tell you how to make your YouTube videos. They'll tell you how to dress. And that's, if you talk to anyone who was in a relationship with a narcissist, that's literally what they do. They'll say, oh, no, don't wear those clothes. No, don't wear this instead. It's all about total control. So the first step is to constantly put doubt in your mind, okay, about anything and everything. So you doubt yourself. And they also use gaslighting, because gaslighting, what does it do? It puts doubt in your mind. So let's say you put your eyeglasses or sunglasses on the counter next to the kitchen, next to the your keys, and you go back to get them later on, they're not there, and then you look around, you can't find them, and then they put them on the left side or on the table, the kitchen table or something. You're like, huh, that's weird. I don't remember putting it there. Now they've established doubt, and then they do it again and again and again and again, and they'll even tell you like, hey man, you seem to be having problems with your memory. One narcissist literally said that to me, and I told him to F off. I was so, because I knew what he was doing. I was so pissed. So, number one, they're going to establish doubt, and they're going to continually establish doubt. Number two, they're going to start telling you what to do and how to do it and what to wear, when, how, and etc. So this is how they take control over your mind.
And so what I noticed is they'll give you a little bit of advice one day, and it's always unsolicited. You didn't ask them for it at all. Like one day, this person just started rattling off, well, here's what you should do with your business. Here's how you should market your business. I'm looking at them like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even know anything about it. You don't know anything about social media and marketing, etc. So it was just a really bizarre kind of thing, because the person had only like one or two social media things. Like, it was just for like personal use. So the point being is they don't know jack about jack, and yet here they are trying to give you advice on this stuff. Okay, so even if they do know something and are in an industry where they can give you advice, it really is, especially if it's unsolicited, it really is just their way of psychologically getting your brain or emotions to feel like, oh, okay, well, they're above me on that too. Okay, well now, here's what I say. So they start out very lightly by giving you some advice. Well, here's what you should do with your business, or here's what you should do with that problem. And then you come in another day about something else, and they give you advice on that. Next thing you know, they're telling you, like, okay, like one person literally told me how to run my YouTube channel. And I was like, what? You don't even have a YouTube channel. What the hell are you talking about? And so that was a red flag for me. I'm kind of looking at this person like, dude, like, and I literally said, I go, you know what, honestly, you should just get out of my business, bro. Like stay in your lane, dude. Like, I didn't ask you for advice. And so you've given me enough advice. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is beyond a shadow of a doubt, they're doing it because they're psychologically trying to get you to submit to them and to show that I'm superior. And they will do this in any area. Okay, I've had people that were, okay, I had a guy that could only bench press, I think about 250 or 245. And at the time I was benching 315. And I was deadlifting, I think it was 595, and squatting, I don't know, 490 or 4, something like a lot of weight. And this guy couldn't even freaking deadlift 3 plates. And here's the thing, he was taller than me, he was bigger than me, had a bigger frame. And every day he would try to give me fucking advice at the gym. And I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you to give me fucking advice? I go, dude, you can't lift weights for shit. And finally, a couple guys that had known us started busting up laughing. They're like, honestly, dude, they're like, Donnie, like, why do you give him advice? Like, dude, look at you. Like, this guy's ripped and you're fucking, like, you're skinny, or like you're, you know, he wasn't big at all. So it was just an odd thing. But here's what it is. It's just a way to show superiority. Now, that situation may not have necessarily, yeah, it was. Who am I bullshit? I'm trying to be nice because you're an old friend of mine. No, he was. So when someone gives you unsolicited advice about every area of your life, I'm telling you, they're trying to dominate your mind. All right. God bless you guys. I hope this video helped. See you in the next video. Go to Mike Colleen, MikeKollin.co.